And now, a special message from Jake Kornacki.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Week 12, the Witching Hour. It all comes down to this. The Dragon Breath's positional happenings right now. So let's go first to the Cooch and Jake Berger matchup. Let's take a look at Cooch first. Cooch, right here. He's 3-8 right now. His best he can do is 4-8. As you see, we have the 7 here and the 8 here. That means that Cooch can only finish 7th the best, 8th the worst. How does he finish 7th? Well, let's take a look at it. Cooch's points for 2100.23. Ryan, right here, 2196.03. Ryan loses 4-8. Cooch wins 4-8. Let's take a look over here. Let's look at some stats. Their top points right now, 95.8. That is a large deficit to overcome. Can it be done? Someone say no, but wait. Let's take a look at some games. Ryan's lowest game of the season right here, 144.67. Cooch, 241.03. We did the math right here, 96.36 right there. It has been done once this season. There is a universe where Cooch ends up 7th, Ryan all the way down to 8th. All the way down to 8th. Jake Berger, let's take a look at him. 4-7, could be 5-7. He could come up all the way to 5th. How does that happen? Well, let's take a look. Berger, Steve loses 5-7, 2-3-0-1, 2-2-7-8. Not that far off. He can do it. So, Jimmy, 5-7 right here. And Ryan, let's go back to here. That pretty much wraps up their matchup. But that brings us up here to Ryan and Jimmy. That could be pretty interesting. Ryan and Jimmy. So, Jimmy, pretty big swing here. Could be 6-6, but worst case scenario is 5-7. Could drop all the way down to 6. How does that happen? Steve wins 6-6. Berger and Cooch, that part doesn't really matter. But Steve's matchup here with Sam is the most important deciding factor for Jimmy. Whoo! Could be interesting. Ryan wins, can overcome that point deficit. I know Cooch probably can. Ryan cannot. That's a large deficit to overcome. So, Jimmy, 6-6, 5-7. Big week, big matchup. And it all kind of comes down to what Steve does here with Sam. Sam, tough matchup. He got the D with the key right here. He has the division pretty much locked up. That's why we're looking at Sam and Steve's matchup. Very tough. A lot of points right there. Tough team. Steve right here, 6-6, could bump up all the way to 4. How does that happen? Jimmy loses 5-7. 6-6 wins. Berger 5-7, or 4-8. He could come up there. Though. The point gap right here, only about 20-something points. Woo! That could be close. But Steve 5-7, 4-8. Cooch cannot match that. Cannot beat that. Steve, one of the biggest, most interesting swings in this playoff. Now, let's take a look over here. We have an interesting matchup here. This is how the division will be decided for the bottom. Right now, Jake Martin, he's got the belt. This game right here decides who comes home with this baby right here. Woo! That's a very, very thing that makes this matchup even more juicy. Let's see. If Ethan wins 8-4, right now he's got Jake in points. Jake 8-4, he's gonna win that tiebreaker. Jake, he's gotta win. But not only that, if Jake wins, he takes the division. That could put him up to 1. That's why we have the one here, and the crowns. These could be the top overall positions. So, Sam right here, Jake, points to overcome, pretty closer than you think, about 30-ish, 37. Could be done. If Jake goes 9-3, Sam goes 9-3, Sam could edge him out, but that could go back and forth. Lots of interesting swings here. Now, let's take a look over here. Top points. That's why we got the arrow right there. Ethan, done pretty well this season. Caitlin's baby, right there. So, that pretty much brings a wrap to the Witching Hour. We have so many different outcomes, but we're not done yet. Let's have some stats for the season, shall we? The stats for the season. Let's take a look. Top points right here of the week, 315.59. Most points right now, 2570.54. Take down a couple of transactional payouts right there. Let's take a look now at top points per week. Could be the scariest teams if they make the playoffs. Sam, 5 best scores of the season. Ethan, 5 best scores of the 7. Jimmy, he's got 1. Neck and neck race between Sam and Ethan. Neck and neck race. Jimmy sticks in there too. He's done pretty good. So, all these 3 teams, very dangerous if they make it into the playoffs. Now, let's take a look at some of the bets, shall we? So, James Conner, just had his bye week, dropping down a little bit to RB11. RB11. Loser between Jake and Ethan. Gotta write a song. Gotta write a song about him. Now, the Mahomes and the Love bet. Bottle of 1792 on the line. On the line. After last week, Love gains ground. He gains ground. Mahomes and Love probably about, let's see, 27, 28 points thereabouts. In between them, couple of tough matchups. We'll see. Now, Big Red. The big question mark comes down to this game right here. We know that Jimmy and Steve will be watching this game very, very closely. Very, very closely. Jake wins. Steve is Team Jake. Jimmy, Team Ethan this week. All comes down to this one matchup, because if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. Now, we got one more bet here. I forgot to bring it up last week. I apologize. So, we got MHJ, Neighbors. Got to be the best scorer through the regular season. So, we have MHJ at 137.91, Neighbors at 147.87. Pretty close. Got to buy the other person a jersey from Temu. Now, let's take a look at this. One more little thing. Conditional. If they finish with a difference of 4.16 or smaller, they both have to buy each other the jersey. So, we can see right here, they're pretty close right now as it is. 10 points apart. Just about that. So, that could be, boom, jersey for jersey right there. That breaks down our bets. That breaks down the witching hour. Ladies and gentlemen,